I need another cheese. He's middle management of men, Wesley Fox. A tamer of building codes and fires, Alan Yanis. And he delivers for America, Andrew Murr. Together, they are the Middle Class Holes.
So if I asked you how to start a business, could you even begin at the right point, do you think, confidently at all?
What do I know? Let's see here. Pro wrestling, porn, tacos, beer.
Right, but now, okay, then, all right, fine. Let's just say those are your wheelhouses, right? Could you tell me how I could leave my homeland, show up in a foreign place where I don't speak the language, and make money off of any of those known industries that are obviously profitable for other people other than yourself?
With confidence?
Yeah.
No.
Because
I would tell you to like just some of the bare bones stuff of like get yourself, whatever industry you're trying to get in, make sure you go through the legal loopholes to make sure it's legit. If you're trying to do food, there's FDA stuff. You have to license yourself. But other than that, no, not how to make money.
Right. And I mean, as an American, I could not imagine leaving the place where I speak English, going somewhere where I don't speak whatever it is they speak, and say, I'm going to start a business in this foreign land,
right,
with a language that I don't speak, and I'm confident that I'm going to be successful at it. Because I deliver to a guy on one of my mini mail routes who owns several nail salons. I ran into him at at the place where you they basically it's where all the people's rent checks go. And I was like, "Oh, you paying a rent check?" He's like, "Oh no, I'm getting the money." Like, what do you mean you're getting the money? Like, oh, they handle all of my tenants, and I own all these different places, and yeah, they, I come here.
Oh, so you're more successful than I am. Interesting. Okay.
Wildly more successful. And I'm not gonna disrespect this man by performing his very Asian accent. I can usually understand about 5 of the first 10 words that he says, and context clues allows me to continue a conversation with him. But I'm thinking, like, all right, this guy, I can't tell what kind. Usually, I'm really good with the Asians. Like, I can tell Japanese from Chinese,
Korean,
I can't place this guy. He seems like Malaysian, but not
Indonesian.
Yeah, like Indonesia, it's the Indonesian area of the world. But this motherfucker's making a lot of money. By the way, he's in a Porsche while I'm talking to him through his driver's side window, and I'm like, and as I'm puttering away in my 1987 fucking mail truck that doesn't have a horn or reverse, the one that honks when I turn left. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm earning as much as I'm earning a year. And this guy's fucking killing it. Barely speaks English, which means he didn't speak any when he got here. Owns a number of businesses, several properties where people are his fucking tenants, and he's fucking raking in money off of dopey, dumb Americans who don't know how to start a business. And I'm just thinking, you came here with the sole purpose of starting a business. I've lived here my whole life. I have no idea where to get started.
God, the idea of starting a business terrifies me.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's almost like part of the reason I haven't done that. Just to, like, the financial profits, gains, losses, whatever. Just to, like, I might sink myself. I might wind up in wild that. Which, Christ. Here we are talking about this, and all of a sudden it dawned on me that there's like, hey, because you didn't take that step. You didn't do that thing that you wanted to do. You didn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes, I know exactly what you mean, which is why I bring it up. Is that, like, how pussified has back in the day, I feel like every red-blooded white American like would try to open a hardware store, right? Like that, like
Bakery, the sporting goods store. Yes, yeah.
anything. And I get now like the Walmarts of the world. I mean, Sam Walton. I mean, you can hate Walmart all you want. Sam Walton was like, man, well, what if I put a hardware store and a grocery store and a fucking Kmart and a fucking Woolworths and I made them all one store? Let me go down to the local bank in fucking Arkansas and see if I can get this thing rolling. And now he's a global multi-billion-dollar empire. They've put all the small mom and pop stores, of course, that had the same dream out of business.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But a hayseed dude with an idea to make something better made it happen. And then I've got this Asian guy who didn't, doesn't know a goddamn, barely still knows a lick of English.
Sure.
I've been working here for a decade, so I've known this guy for a decade. English hasn't improved, and why would it? It doesn't have to. He's doing just fine without that little extra bit of knowledge. And I'm just thinking, like, of how fearful I would be to attempt a business. Like, what's the mindset? Is it doesn't matter if I fail? I had nothing before I came here. I'll have nothing if I have to leave. Like, what
Sure.
is that? Where
I don't
do
know.
you
I mean,
get...
like the nothing to lose.
But how do you understand the documents? You know what I mean? Like, if you and I try to start a business, the reason we don't, I think, me personally, I'll speak for myself, is like, I wouldn't know who to ask for the documentation. I wouldn't know
Right.
how to understand the documentation. I wouldn't know where to sign my fucking name. I wouldn't know, like, the bank I need to talk to, the loan I'd have to get, the this, the that. There's a lot of steps in the process, and I'm just thinking, how did a guy with no intricate knowledge of this before stepping foot on the soil, with a secondary understanding of the language, figure it all out? And this isn't just like this guy. There's vape shops all over the place, and they're not owned by white American dudes.
Liquor stores.
I've already said vape. There's 5 vape shops, by the way, within like a baseball throwing fucking range of where I stand most days. Nail salons, vape shops, any kind of restaurant, the Mexican restaurants that are all over
Right.
the place, taco stands, this, that, this. Like, these guys, God bless them. I'm not hating on them. I'm fucking impressed and curious and wondering why more regular, naturalized Americans don't fucking do it.
I would be speaking out of tune to out of tone or out of seat to theorize on something like that. Just probably fear. Most of all, fear of failure. Second of all, you mentioned it, like all these loopholes that you had to go through. I mean, I worked at a restaurant when I was just out of college and got a brief understanding of all the bullshit that the owners had to go through, all the vendors that they had to please, all the incoming and outgoing, all the overhead that they had to account for. And it made my head spin. And I was like, I don't want to do that. I just would like a fucking middle of the line job where my responsibilities are minimal. And I went home and didn't have to worry about anything like that. I don't know. I admire these people's admiration. Or forthright, I guess their inspiration rather.
Well,
I admire their admiration.
It's very admirable, their admirable abilities.
Yes.
But I mean, I guess maybe you kind of hit it a little bit. Like, we fear failure because in America, like, we fail back to our own country where we're just poor, whereas they were already poor, and if they fail, they just go back to their own country where they were already poor. So it's almost like they're playing with house money if they get here and they attempt it.
Yeah, if
But
it fails, what does it matter? I mean, I go into bankruptcy and I go back home.
But I guess, I don't know. Maybe we know too much. Maybe we complain too much now in America too. Like you said, you listen to one business owner tell you all the things. Oh, this is what I had to do. And then this guy's like, doesn't know that this is all hard, so it's not hard for him because he doesn't have like any like preconceived notion that it's an impossibility.
Yeah, I mean, I also visited when I was in New York a couple summers ago with our legal counsel. We stopped by his, like, we had walked the Brooklyn Bridge, and I said I had to take a piss, and he said, "Hey, actually, my dry cleaner is right around here. We'll go in. He tailors my suits. He'll let you use his stuff. Let you use his restroom." And the guy bragged about being there from like 6 a.m. till 4 p.m. every day, 7 days a week. It's like, "Oh yeah, I work really hard." And it's like, well, one, I just came to piss in your toilet, man. Like, that's cool. And two, I kind of thought like, God, I don't ever want to work that hard.
Well, yes and no. Like when I worked at the radio station, I'd be there for like 12 hours. Now I didn't have the boy at that point in time, and Maria was at work. So like, but I loved it. And I imagine if like the sweat of your own equity is in this place,
right?
You may not think about it. You know what I mean? Like shit's got to get done. I got to do it. It takes me 10 hours every day to fucking get it done. So I'm just going to do it for 10 hours every day. What else I got to do? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I always say, like, if this podcast, like, took off and we started making money, this would become our job and we would just be in front of fucking screens all day long. And I wouldn't hate that.
God, I'd be hungover every day.
I'd be getting hungover as we performed it. You know what I mean? Like, it would be
we would have a podcast about us being hungover.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some, like, sometimes there are times when I eat food from a food truck. Okay. And I'm not telling you I'm a grade A chef, but there have been times where I'm like, I could replicate that.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Yeah.
What's it cost to find a fucking empty school bus and convert this and then do the work? There's times I play soccer twice a week at an indoor soccer arena. I'm like, okay, this is a broken down warehouse that they bought, and they put up a bunch of nets and some goals and a food stand that has fucking shit food. What would that cost? I love soccer. And here I am with a fucking Thierry Henry 2,000 euro jersey on. And I like the business stuff makes sense. But I don't think I'd ever do it. I'd need partners.
Yes. And, but I also feel like I would need somebody, I don't know, I guess somebody telling me like, this is a good idea. You can do it. And every idea I've ever had is like, yeah, man, that sounds great. But yeah, that's
like when you came down to my house with the bar with my dad.
Yes. And this was back in, I mean, I might have been 21, like barely, maybe. I think it would have worked, but I also get your dad's apprehension that like that. Yeah, well, my retirement that I've worked my entire life to achieve would go away if you fail. So I don't know. I guess maybe that's it. Maybe that's the secret sauce is like not giving a shit if you fail.
Well, and not having a plan B. You know, your plan A is your plan A.
That actually kind of tracks with like every podcast of every successful entertainer that I've ever listened to is like, I just gave up on all plan Bs, that I decided that if this didn't work, I would just be a waiter for the rest of my life. And yeah. And they finally achieve their dream of being an actor or stand-up comedian. Like all the stand-up comedians are just like, yeah, I lived in my car for like 5 years and, you know, like that's a tough life, man. That's tough. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I have dreams to this day at almost 47 years old of becoming a stand-up comedian, but I'm like, nah, I wouldn't want to travel. so I would
30 miles from where I live, radius. I'll do that.
Which translates to, you will never be a stand-up comedian. And I know that. So I'm just like, well, just go ahead and put that dream in the lockbox and shove it under the bed for a therapist to unlock later.
Middle class levels, everyone. Murr and Foxman. Hey, I'm going to tell you this. Sarah's birthday was this past week. Went and bought her a gift certificate for a spa day type thing. It was, I had something in mind. Their menu is vast. It's, you know, you can do all these different types of things. I was like, okay, I think she would like that. It's a combo package, massage and facial. No pun intended. But I was sitting there and I was like getting checked out, and it's pretty.
Sorry, now I'm just thinking. At first, I was like, haha, that is funny. And then I started thinking about, well, the facial for her wouldn't quite be the facial that we would get.
No. Yes.
I love it. Let me rub it in.
But yeah, it's good for your skin. So the checkout method for them is it was either based off internet speed or just these people not knowing what they're doing. So it took like 3 minutes for them to ring me up for the X amount of dollars that I put on this gift card. And it took 2.5 minutes, way too long. It should be like, okay, gotcha, bam. So it's 3 minutes, and I'm looking behind them, and they have things that you can buy, oils, lotions, just an assortment of goods that you can buy there. And behind the cash register was a vaginal dilator.
Oh,
10-piece set. It's supposed to prep you for childbirth.
Why? No. What? No. Why? No. What?
At least as far as I know.
As far as you know, I think that's how they're marketing it. I don't think that's what it's for.
Okay, this could be witch medicine. I don't know.
So wait, okay. I have to assume that you only, if under your parameters here, like, oh, I'm pregnant. And then you go down to the spa and you start buying your vaginal dilation kit.
So this is when you're getting close to childbirth. You're about 2 or 3 months out and you start prepping your vagina for childbirth. It starts opening up your canal. That way you don't tear. That way you don't rip. That's why it's a 10-piece set.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I think that's just fantastic marketing.
I kept saying, don't stare at it. And I was looking at her and I said, inevitably I look up like, oh God, wow, what's that? 10 pieces.
Kids come out your butt? That's weird.
What's the 10th piece look like?
Oh, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I think that's just for really horny chicks that really like girthy dicks that they can't find in the wild. That's what I think that's for.
Could be.
Yeah, because I got news for you. Ladies been having kids for quite some time, and they haven't needed that set in the past.
To prep your hooch for breachment.
Yeah, and if you get a good male doctor in that scenario, he knows he can give a little relief cut. And then also, maybe a relief stitch on the way back in.
Yeah. Well, I think the idea of it is if you do it right, you will be minimal to no stitching.
Sure. I will say this.
A 10-piece set, man. I mean, it goes a long way.
Well, yes, I know, but I will say that this is so bad for me to admit. I got kind of lucky in the worst way possible. So
cesarean section?
Yeah, at the last second. We were there for natural. There was some weird blood pressure stuff going on between her and the baby. And they were like, we don't want to chance it. We want to get him out of here as soon as possible. And it was just like, well, what's that mean? We're going to take it out of surgery. We're going to do a C-section. Like, oh, is you're going to be okay? Yeah. Is she going to be all right? You mean nothing's going to change down there? Yeah, so
it's not gonna look like it's not gonna look like the Predator.
But then the realization of they are literally pulling her insides out to get to the child. So it's like,
oh yeah,
it was a intense pacing section because you're not allowed in there until they get him out, and then they let you back in, and then there's a big fucking Star Wars blue screen up around. All you see is her neck, and she's all high on fucking every drug they have in the hospital. I'm like, is he okay? Yeah, he's great. Yeah, so that was so no 10-piece set needed.
Your small intestine looks weird as shit, girl. It looks so fucking weird. I think I'm done. This is one of the first jobs I had when I moved down to Baltimore. I was at the AV Tech at the Hilton, where we stayed after I got married. But one of the younger guys was expecting, he and his girlfriend, and the director, our boss, who was like 40 or 42, had a couple kids, and he was like, "Oh, tell me, damn, you're expecting. That's awesome. That's great. Tell me about it." And he learned that they weren't going to do a spinal tap or any type of drugs to ease the transition. He was like, no, she's been doing these like breathing things. I think we're okay. And he was like, I'm gonna tell you right now, there's no breathing in the motherfucking world that's gonna help your woman right now. And then he explained, he was like, they have a nurse that's there prepped for when she poops herself. He's like, she's like a soft serve ice cream machine scooper. If you think breathing's going to help that, you're wrong, dude. And I remember all of us in the office were like, oh, shit. What are you going to do?
Yeah,
I think she did give birth like months later. And he was like, oh, God, it was torture.
I just remember you telling the story about a wrestling competition at your fraternity house and a swimming pool filled with, I don't know, lube or some shit like that. And you guys had to wear G-strings or something. And it was... one of your balls came out the side, and you were like, I didn't even care. Because at this point, yada, yada, yada. And it was just like, it was this recognition of shame and when it just needs to go away. Like, childbirth, you're bringing a human into the world. All of the parameters of society go out the window. Shitting yourself is the last of your worries. Like, you know what I mean? Having a poop nurse on call is like, I don't give a fuck at this point.
God bless medical care.
Yeah.
God bless they have a poop nurse on staff.
And God bless childbirth. It's how we're all here. My God.
Yeah.
Like, at that point, like, you don't care about anything. Your tits are out. Your pussy's out. Your asshole's exposed. You don't care about any of that because the pain is coming.
I was substitute teaching at a high school in Cecil County at Elkton, and Mike Day, God rest his soul, it's like he had just his wife had just given birth to their son, and I made an unannounced visit. I was like, I rolled over, and what they weren't like, hey, get the fuck out of here. It was like, oh shit, and then talking to them, she has like a pee bag and she's pissing herself. And she's like, oh, I'm really sorry. And I was like, don't worry.
I've seen worse.
I just made $84 a day teaching kids long division. I think you're fine. You did a lot more than I did today.
Yeah. And like I say, God bless the C-section because we didn't have to deal with any of that. I had to deal with some, I don't know. She had like a ace bandage on for a few weeks, and then we were good to go. But back to your vagina stretcher at the spa. I saw an advertisement on Facebook for an internal speaker. Ai like to just theorize on what I mean by internal speaker?
I've seen AI microphone stuff that like catalogs conversations that people have. Is that no? Okay. All right.
No, it was advertised as you feel the music.
Okay. Go on.
There were 2 attachments.
What? It's a stimulant. Okay.
They are selling on Facebook, at least advertising on Facebook, speakers, you know, like the like the jaw speakers, the ones that vibrate the bone in your ear, the bone conduction speakers. I saw an advertisement on Facebook for a vaginal and anal speaker that turns your body, if you open your mouth, Led Zeppelin will be playing out of your face. But you have to sit on this speaker and really own it.
Wow. God bless advancement, I suppose.
I feel like that's probably designed by the same team that created your vaginal stretcher for childbirth.
It's not mine. I saw it in a spa.
I know. I'm just saying, unnecessary speaker, unnecessary fucking pussy toys. That's all I'm getting at. That's what these are. They're unnecessary. Yeah. There's a market for it. There's a lady coming in for a massage. She's pregnant. Like, I could use an extra 5 to 10 centimeters on my pussy, I guess.
That's right. It's a 10-piece set. I hate to keep echoing that, but I mean,
You
Goes a
work
long
up
way.
to it. You work
Yeah,
up
right.
to it.
Get yourself comfortable. 7, 8, 9 centimeters dilated. Which is why it's so weird that they use the metric system for dilation.
By the way, the metric system needs to be. I'm sorry. I had to recreate. This is several years ago now. I was trying to upscale something that I was building from one of Williams' toys, and I was trying to convert everything via standard because I'm a goddamned American. And then I realized that like everything was in multiples of 10 with the metric system. I was like, why the fuck are we using this other thing?
Oh, it is. SNL had a great bit about it.
With
5 or 6 years ago.
Nate Bargatze with the
Yeah,
with the George Washington.
that's right. It's like, then they get to the football thing. Like, you kick it? Does it get you points? Sometimes 1, sometimes 3. Yeah,
So,
great bit.
And 2,000 pounds would be called a ton. And what would 1,000 pounds be called? Nothing.
Yeah. So how long is this mile? 5,280 feet. Very standard number everyone will remember.
And how many yards is that? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. All right. We're going to get to a list. Alan's going to join us. It's about adult auditing. Then we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with Fun Fact Friday, and we'll close out this show. We'll be right back.
When they said not everyone deserves a podcast, we didn't listen. The Middle Class Holes.
Welcome back to the Middle Class Holes. Foxman, Alan, and Murr. Tonight we got another BuzzFeed list. Adults revealing everyday tasks that feel like a cruel joke, and I'm honestly questioning my entire life. So basically, meaning I'm an adult, but yeah, I'm not really an adult, and these day-to-day things, or not necessarily day-to-day, but these situational things make me feel weird because I'm immature. I deal with it all the fucking time. There's 31 of them. I created a top 10. But I'm going to start off with wearing business attire so I look like I know what I'm doing at work. Hint, I'm still the same idiot under the nicer looking clothes.
Yeah. We've kind of chatted about that one before. Like, okay, you guys work in office settings. How would you want to dress? I mean, okay, especially you, Alan, what's your take on business attire?
Well, it's stupid. I fucking hate it. Like I'd wear shorts and a t-shirt in the summer if you fucking let me. Unless I'm like facing a client, then I don't need to. Why do I got to be wearing anything? Like, well, I mean, I got to wear clothes, obviously, laws and stuff. But like, yeah, I don't see. I think it's dumb. Like, it doesn't influence how I do my work. If anything, you making me get more dressed up to come to work makes me want to do less work. I'm uncomfortable now.
Yeah.
Like, you motherfucker, just let me sit in sweatpants and a t-shirt. I'll crank this shit out.
This is have you heard of Collars and Co?
I don't think so.
So their main product are like three button polos that are super microfiber that never wrinkle, and you can wear it with a sports coat or like a quarter zip, and it looks like a dress shirt underneath, or you can wear it as a regular polo. I think it's a little ridiculous that the actual the button portion structured. Goes down to your mid chest. Neither here nor there. Now they've gone into a whole realm of different men's clothing, one of which are blazers. And I've seen the ads. It's like, it never wrinkles. You can travel with it. It's great. It's flexible. It's breathable. For the low price of like $390. I'm like, oh, come the fuck on, you guys. And I get, like, I don't have to dress up like that at work. There may have been a time, the current company I'm with is lax. I've never wore a suit. I think once I've had to do dress pants in a dress shirt in the 5 years that I've been there. It's a little bit different. I had worked at companies where I did have to wear dress pants and a dress shirt, or during the summer they would lax it up a little bit, and you could do golf polos, or they said polos. I always wear golf polos because it's just easier, better for me.
I don't own any fucking thicker polos than Dry Fit or fucking whatever Adidas's Dry Fit is called.
Yeah, but they made a good point. I'm the same idiot. I'm the same guy you went to a happy hour with and exposed all my deep secrets.
Yeah.
I do. I'm so torn on this because I agree with the sentiment, but it's also trickery, right? You know, like you said, Alan. Like unless I'm in front of a client, I don't know. Do the clothes trick the man wearing them as well? Like if you look like you're supposed to be like ready for business, are you ready for business? Sort of.
I don't believe in that shit.
I know you don't. I don't know. But you got to think about all the idiot coworkers you have. I think about this.
Like I was gonna say, there are probably weaker people mentally than I, and yeah, they probably need that little. You know, they gotta get up, fucking tuck their shirt in, put their work shoes on, and gets to psychologically working. Nope, I'm just gonna go do the
big boy.
Don't dress for the job you want. Dress for the job that you. Don't dress for the job you have. Sorry.
My mind's like, damn, I gotta go do that shit that pays me money. Let's go do it. Like, I don't give a fuck what I'm wearing.
I was like a courtroom, you know. So you're because lawyers are all going to be in business attire, and they're going to recommend that their clients, if they're not in shackles in a singlet, you dress up, look good. You know, OJ, Christ, that guy dressed in $1,000 suits every time. It was like months.
No, I mean, even my current company, like the first week or something, because I would always wear like a jersey or something on Friday because it's the weekend. I'm either going to an O's game or it's Ravens or like I got my Newcastle shirt on, and I did that, and they were like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm wearing a shirt. I'm here in the office all day." They were like, "Yeah, nah, you gotta wear a collared shirt." I was like, "Fuck." You should have told me that. I might not have come here if you had told me that beforehand. I don't like literally having to dress too much is a deal breaker. Like if somebody was like, "Hey man, you guys are be in a suit every fucking day," I'd be like, "You can take your job offer and fucking shove it." I'm never gonna happen. Like unless you pay me a fuck ton of money, then we got there's lines. But yeah, nope, absolutely not.
Yeah,
I fucking hate it.
When I went to broadcasting school, they made us wear a suit and tie every single day. And keep in mind, the first job I got, we had an intern licking a dumpster, putting a snake in his mouth, and hitting him with fucking a car while wearing bubble wrap.
I was going to say, like, there is, like, especially if I was in, like, that school like you, I probably had the same mental image of, like, all right, man, I'm going to go fucking shock jock it somewhere. Let's fucking do it. Like, I would absolutely not wear a fucking suit. Like, I'd be like, you understand, we're midget tossing at my first local radio station that I landed. I'm not wearing a suit to this fucking school. Like,
the midget will wear a suit. The midget will have a suit on.
Yeah. Well, he needs to because he needs a leather belt so we can throw him, from the back of his pants.
Corinthian level leather.
Yeah, that's how you throw dwarves. I've learned that.
Murr, this one's kind of directed at you. When my kids are younger, telling them off. Sometimes I had to act like I was angry, annoyed, displeased to help guide them between right and wrong. But half the time I was amused and not really upset. But I had to keep up the pretense to try to guide them down the right path. Basically, it's good now that they're older. I can kind of let them in on the secret.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the kind. I'm kind of like tracking times that I've yelled at him about stuff that I thought was hilarious, so that when he finally does come of age, I'm like, "Hey, remember that thing that you did, dude? That's fucking great, man." I couldn't, like he and I've had this conversation with him, like, "Mommy's gonna be mad. I don't care." I've actually had that specific conversation with him, like, "I don't care, but your mother does, and because she does, I do. Knock it off." Like, I'm starting to kind of, like, level with him a little bit on certain things. But, again, kids are narcs, so you got to be careful. Because, like, well, Daddy said, oh, you fucker. He turned me in.
You turned me in. Now I can't trust you. I trust you.
I can't remember what he turned. He did something. He's like, well, Daddy said it was okay. I'm like, that was between us.
That's when you turn on him. You just you fly fucking off the handle. You'd be like, no, the fuck I did not. What are you lying? You lying to your mother? You go the fucking opposite direction and traumatize the fuck out of your child.
Here's the best part.
As a non-parent, that's my suggestion to you.
Here's the best part. I sort of did that. I have the baby though, Alan. I didn't tell him why I was doing this. All I said was like, I shook my head like no, and I was like, you just lost your iPad for 2 weeks. He's like, what? And I was like, yeah, 2 weeks. And I didn't explain it. And then later on, I went to him. I was like, you know why you lost your iPad for 2 weeks? He's like, Why? I was like, because you narked me out. That means you turned me in. That means that we had a secret and you let it out of the bag. So that's why you lost it. So
Yeah,
I didn't make myself a liar. I just was like,
you know what you should have done
you.
was
That's fair.
because he didn't know that he narked you out. You should have held it for another week. You don't even know. Fuck nope.
You don't even
another
know.
week.
No, so here's what that's the one. If he does it again, that's when you fly off the handle.
Yeah.
The opposite direction. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
that's
Because
fine.
now he
I'm
knows. Now he knows the line, the habitual line stepper. You can't let him be a habitual line stepper. Like,
but man, I can't let you. Like that sheer that sinking feeling in your gut when somebody turns you in. It's like, fucker. Like first 48, I'm going to fucking jail for life because of your little bitch ass. Ain't happening again, buddy boy. No sir.
Guys like me don't do good in jail.
Especially mommy prison. Jesus Christ, that's the worst jail.
This is. I remember asking my dad when I was an adult. I was probably like in my late 20s, and I said, "You didn't think those prank phone calls were funny. You didn't think me and Nick and a few of those other guys making those prank phone calls was humorous at all, did you? That wasn't your brand of humor." And he said, "No. I thought it was hilarious. I couldn't condone it. I couldn't tell you
Right?
Pick my phone up, pick my landline up, and make prank phone calls. Yeah, that's hilarious. Keep them coming there." Choosing a good bottle of wine, standing in an aisle, squinting at labels, pretending to understand the difference between oaky and bright. Then I pick one with the coolest looking bird on a label and act like I made an educated decision at dinner. Total theater. Yeah. I mean, I know what I like, and it's South American red wine. I think Uruguay, Chile, Argentina, they have the best grapes for my palate. But that doesn't. I'm never going to consider myself or tell someone that I'm a wine connoisseur.
All I've ever heard is find a $12 bottle in any genre, take it home, see if you like that style. If you like that style, then try like a good $12 bottle from each of that style, and then find the one that you like. That was the advice that I got.
Sometimes the liquor stores will have, depending upon where you're at, they'll have like a little, like a bestseller, like cue card underneath of it. You know?
Yeah. But I do like that. Is like, a $12 bottle of wine is usually just as tasty as like something more expensive, but you don't know until you try it. I mean, it's just like I always use this as an example. I always credit you for this because I love that fucking hazy IPA, but I don't like IPAs. But all of a sudden, I got one from that category. I tried. I was like, ooh.
Was this my 20-year high school reunion?
Yeah.
I was fucking loaded.
Yeah, and you're like, you want a beer? I was like, yeah. And you're like, wait, what? I was like, just give me what you're getting. You're like, all right, I'm having an IPA. Here we go.
that's why I've had that discussion so many times with like not even beer drink, non-beer drinkers, and they're like, I don't like IPAs. And I'm like, no, you don't like West Coast IPA. You don't like that Sierra Nevada. You don't like the piney, grassy. You just haven't had an IPA with a different flavor profile, and that's your juicy IPA. It's totally fine. It's the same exact beer with a different flower. And then you're like, oh, okay, got it.
Well, it's funny you say that because you're right and you're wrong because Sierra Nevada makes the IPA that I love, but I hate all their other IPAs.
Well, yes, but I mean like the classic Sierra Nevada fucking IPA, like the green label. Yeah. Yeah, of course they did. They want to make money too. They were like, yeah, let's juice that fucker up. But yeah.
That's what they said in the brew factory.
Yeah, it changes
all right,
the
boys,
entire
look,
fucking
we're gonna come up with a new thing. We're gonna juice it up. It's called hazy little thing.
Yeah.
Signatures. Somehow a magic scribble of my name can carry so much weight and consequences.
Okay, all right, I'm going to defend the signature because, I don't know, I take my signature rather seriously, if I'm being honest here. It's like a thumbprint. It's not really legible necessarily, but it's done in a manner that you can't recreate. Like, it's unique. I'm doing like Trump hands now. It's unique. It's unique to me. Like, you can't do it. I'm perfect at it. Fuck you. Like, so if I saw someone try to sign my name the way I'd be like, nah, it's bullshit. I would instantly recognize that that's not my signature.
Yeah, I think I think for the context of this list of just saying like the, you know, like, all right, put pen to paper, and you're like,
Yeah, but again, but there
and
is anything sacred?
Do we mock the legible signature? You know what I mean?
Well,
Kind of.
yeah, I think so. Because
Yeah,
I always
you might as well just like the Adobe Acrobat fucking default, you know, signature your shit. It's just
Right. Your
cartoon
e-signature?
cursive. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
what's hilarious about that, Alan, is my mom's signature is absolute, like, kindergarten teacher, perfect cursive, which
Yeah.
which takes a steady, dedicated hand to. I can't recreate it because I'm a sloppy dude. I can't make perfect like loops and such. And I remember having a girl in high school like, hey, listen, I need you to put my mom's name down. How's she sign it? I was like, absolute perfect cursive, and she did it, and I was like, oh my god, like it's only
Yeah.
something that like certain humans can recreate.
That's fair. Because, like, you guys are old, but did you, I don't know if you had this part on the SAT, but the SAT, when I had to take it, like, at the very end, you had to flip it back, and there was, like, a little, like, essentially a statement that you had to write in cursive on the back and sign and be like, I took this test, basically, is what this shit says. But they, like, after I was sure the first time, every proctor was like, all right, guys, I know we're about to fuck. This is about to take a second. I need you to turn it over, write those words in that box in cursive, and sign your names. And we were like, the fuck? Half of us can't even do that. And, like, I figured it out, but I remember my hand doing it, being like, this is foreign to me. And, like, having legitimate other, like, 17-year-olds be like, how the fuck do you make a cursive G? And be like a grown adult being like, here you go, idiot. Like, you learned this at one point in time, but you're a generation where it's basically dead. Like, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that stupid?
Thank you, Walt Disney.
It is. It's so dumb.
By the way, do you guys remember the I? Like
Yes.
the I is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Yep.
that's. I don't know how to make a. A Z, a lowercase Z, is the dumbest. I can't believe I remember these. Alan's like triggering my.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. See, like, I could do it. It's just like my hand doesn't move quickly. It's like, oh yeah, that's how you do it, and then I like
Right.
kind of get going. But like,
Not like
oof,
riding a bike. Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
not at all.
I do printsive. It's like it's half and half. It depends on. I don't like the way cursive A's look, so I make uppercase. I make uppercase print A's, and I follow it. Yeah,
It's funny that you say that, but I don't like cursive A's either, and I have obviously a cursive A in the front. So, yeah, mine is like a stylized uppercase, like print A. That is the A of my first name in my signature.
I use the center line to flow into my next letter. So it's like,
and then my initial letters, like the A, the L, and the L, are all pretty prominent.
And by the way, sorry, Wes. I don't mean to derail this, but this is the reason. My main reason is I feel like the cursive A is a bitch ass letter. It's,
right.
But an
It's just
uppercase print A is a power letter.
Yeah. No, uppercase cursive A is a lowercase print A, but bigger.
Yeah. Whereas like
they just took the little A with the little fucking tail and they were just like whoop,
yeah,
and just increased it font size.
Fucking
and they were like,
loop.
that's the capital A. No, it's fucking not. Get that out of here.
A print A is a fucking power tower, baby. I ain't fucking giving that shit up. Kiss my
Ridge
balls.
is structurally sound. You just
Thank
fucking
you.
put A's as a foundation.
I'm not giving it some bullshit pigtail to start.
They have homes called A-frames.
Yeah. This is when I first started teaching, my first real job out of college. The giant that was by my house was the first time I had to do like the digital signature on the you had the pen on the digital notepad, and I always used to just draw a penis. My reasoning and rationale was if there was ever a crime and I was a witness, I could be like, "Yep, that's my signature. I was there." I witnessed it. I signed that. That's my signature. I witnessed the robbery.
This is a penis, Mr. Fox. Yeah. Who else is going to do that?
That's me. That's Wes Fox.
Yeah, that's my signature. The penis.
Right. You notice the emphasis in the balls. I
was gonna say you could just do like ball, like a W for balls, and then just squiggly line it out, and that's just Wes Fox.
Good, yeah.
Doing it right now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you could probably revamp your fucking signature into a penis. Is all I'm saying.
I feel like I got like a Dave Letterman thing going on. Like,
you got the right fucking, you got the right first letter for it. Is all I'm saying.
Got the foundation. You're right. Yeah. Volunteering for my kids at a school event. I just ended up standing there waiting for instructions from teachers. Imagine my shock when they gave me a knife and asked me to cut apples, and I'm like, oh, wait, you trust me with a knife? Right. Yeah, I'm an adult. Of course you trust me with a knife.
Hold on. Say this one again now.
So basically, volunteering as a parent, volunteering at a children's event.
Okay.
I'm just standing there waiting, kind of just like aimlessly waiting for instructions. Someone hands them a knife and says, hey, you cut apples. And you're like, what? You want me with this knife? Oh, right. I'm an adult. Of course.
I trust you. Okay. I do remember when they used Earth Day, we would go down from the high school and they would get like a dump truck.
So you guys celebrated Earth Day. Cool. We'll start there.
Well, what adults let us do, especially back then, there wasn't enough room on the dump truck for the entire class. So some of us had to hold on to like the side of it. Like we were on like we were riding on a garbage truck. And I'm like, I can hold on to the side of the truck. Like, there's not enough room inside. All right. I'm 17 and I think this is awesome. I might die, but you told me it's okay. So we're going to do it.
Yeah. That is, man, how times have changed. I know we're inching on 30 years from that, but I understand what you're saying. I was on a class trip where we were at the science center and they're like, okay, yeah, we have 2 hours and the buses will come pick us up. Yeah, you guys go get lunch, do what you want to do. And we were like 15. Oh, so we can just go wherever we want in the Inner Harbor with nobody? Yeah, we went to Hooters.
Of course.
Got some drinks. And I thought, man, yeah, that's all of us sitting there giggling like, yeah, there's no one here to tell us no. It's so great.
Sorry, I'm distracted by trying to figure out a signature for you.
I was trying to do it too. I'm going to need, I need to smoke.
I'm on to something here with the balls and the shaft.
Yeah, see, that's the W, though. That's where it's at. I just need to figure out how to work the F in there to make it like seem feasible. And I was trying to, like, X is a bad letter to make ahead of a penis is all I'm saying.
Right.
I was sitting here trying other stylized versions of X's to make a penis head at the end.
Oh, my God, if you got the O in there. I mean, that's not bad with an X on there for a little bit of jizz coming out. I'm telling you, Wes.
Oh, look at that. That is not bad.
We can stylize it a little bit. I mean, that's your childhood dream come true.
Your new signature.
I'm
not an AI guy, but this feels like something you should put into AI and be like, listen, this is my name. I need a signature and I need it to look like a penis.
Yeah.
W Fox.
I need to rebrand myself.
Yeah.
Mostly with penises. Should I even read the next one, or you two Momo is gonna fucking sit here and brainstorm more?
We could just keep doing this. Yeah.
I put an E and an S on there for hair for the balls, so now it actually is your whole name. Okay, I apologize. Let's move on.
I'm inspired. Thank you. Buying a vacuum cleaner and actually getting excited about it. I think that's I ended up getting a couple cleaning utensils for wedding gifts, and I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna clean the toilet nice. Well, I mean, we did get a Roomba, which we haven't set up yet. Excuse me. Roombas are vacuum cleaners, but it takes some of the excitement out of the Miss Doubtfire kind of fucking shimmy shame and everything around.
It's no, I don't think
they ain't as good as you think they are either.
Oh yeah.
Wait, I will say Roombas have a Roomba from 5-6 years ago. I agree with you, Alan. Roombas now, the technology
That's
is grown.
fair. Ours is pretty old.
I'd say the mop version, if you have hardwood floors, the more like clean, the moppy version of hardwood floor Roomba is superior to the vacuum Roomba. But at the end of the day, do you really enjoy vacuuming, Wes? I mean, I do. I will admit, when I have vacuumed, I like setting up some, like, it's almost like those guys who do like professional lawn mowing and they put the fucking nice stripes
Lines.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is something about putting some nice lines down with a vacuum. But if it's really vacuuming something you want to hang your hat on?
No, not necessarily. But I know if I'm getting myself a heavy duty, high RPM reel, gonna suck the dirt out that I know that the pussy thing that I've had is gonna replace. Oh yeah, your boy's getting a semi chub. Yeah,
I remember the Kirby. Do you remember the Kirby being like the envy of every housewife, like growing up?
No, the Kirby.
Really? Oh, the Kirby was like the shit, dude. It was like the classic, like Looney Tunes, like. You had the vacuum thing on the floor, and then you just had like the mouthpiece thing. Dude, that thing could suck the shell off an egg.
Leave the yolk, of course. Kirby vacuum cleaner.
The Kirby vacuum. Yeah, man. It had the bag.
Yeah.
Well, we had an Electrolux, which also old time. They were door to door, so it was old timey. And they also had fucking, they had special bags that you had to buy for them and shit. It was crazy.
Dude, my neighbor had the the vacuum in the walls thing. Did you guys ever see that growing up?
Oh, yeah. I know what you're saying. Like down, like at the floorboards. You
basically, you would open up this hole in the wall and just plug the tube in.
Oh yeah, I had seen those.
So the house was just sucking all the time, and it was vented off, and then as soon as and it would just suck everything into the basement. And I think like once a year you would just clean out this trap, and it had all your shit from like a year's worth of fucking dirt.
I always think of like industrial tech classes always having those where you push like wood chips and shavings in there.
Yeah, but they were super expensive, like units for a house. Like almost nobody, like middle class, had one. But my neighbor had one. I used to think I was like the greatest thing in the fucking universe. Like, really? Your house just vacuums itself? It's awesome.
Probably sucked. Probably was so much maintenance that you needed and shit.
Just one technician in like a tri-state area. But
that's
how to do it.
It was such a specialized unit.
Yeah. Having to fake laugh with colleagues and stuff at work. Sorry, this is a little bit. Having to fake laugh with colleagues and stuff at work. I enjoy my colleagues now. There were times where I was like, "Oh God, no, so bad."
Yeah, there are still some that I'm like,
"Oh yeah."
Yeah, I feel like that's everywhere. Like, there's people you like, and then there's people you're like, but you can't be mean. Like they're harmless. They're just like, fuck. Yeah, I guess.
I don't do it. I do not fake laugh. I don't do it. I just don't. I don't have it in me. Like my constitution doesn't allow me to. I'm maybe I'll give you like a, but I do not give you like a hearty chuckle for bullshit. Like you either earn your laugh or you die on the vine. Yeah. I can't do it.
Well, that's fair. I guess if we're speaking like laughing, I don't like belly laugh fake for people, but just being fake in general, just like, oh yeah, your kids, great, thanks for telling me. Like, you know what I mean? That kind of shit.
It's when I was at the University of Maryland, they really pressed this. A couple of the cardiologists, bigwig cardiologists at the top of the food chain, surgeons were on one of the affiliates here on TV. And it's like, you all should check it out. It was a great interview, such great PR, and they were going over like heart healthy diets, and they said like, this doesn't mean you can't splurge, you can't enjoy yourself every now and then during the week, right? And one of the guys says, no, you can have a cheeseburger once a week, but not 4 cheeseburgers in the week. And then the newscasters were like, oh, I was like, oh God, these idiots, they let them air that bullshit. This is so bad.
Yeah. No, I
Such
can't do
Momo
that.
shit.
I can't. Yeah, that's no.
Yeah, paying you to laugh, I suppose.
I don't know. I feel like that, that's hilarious because you can fucking really just ham it up.
Right.
Like, and they're paying you for it. Like, I'd do that. Like,
If you're a interviewer or someone on
yeah, if I was like
talent.
a local news guy, like if I was WBAL or some shit, yeah, I would like knee slap, fucking belly laugh and shit. Like,
Okay, yeah, if it's your job, but if I'm
Yeah,
at
yeah,
my
yeah.
job, like in my mailroom job,
No.
and it's like, I'm not gonna give that.
Like if the teleprompter writer makes a bad joke, he's not getting that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's my coworker. No. But the guest, sure,
Yeah,
not a problem. No. Yeah.
Not
but I'm gonna make sure you know it's fake.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Decorating a home, especially as a man, we can really live with a mattress on the floor, a TV also on the floor, with bricks as legs, a big gulp cups from 7-Eleven as part of the dishware collection. This is so true.
Yeah. I will say, once you get married and you have to live with a woman, there is something about, like, I don't know, like, I don't care about my decor as long as it looks nice, but, like, I will go, like, a lavender. I like a lavender. Like, you know, for, like, walls and stuff. I was, like, really, like, pushing a purple wall at one point, not just for the Ravens, but just, like, I just think a purple wall would look good in the dining room.
Purple soothing, I believe.
Yeah, this is so Sarah minored for a brief period in college in interior decorating, and she was like, we can make our home a legitimate home. And I've had to tell her a few times, like, you're going to ask me for my opinion, and it's going to be, yeah, cool, fucking A, let's do it. Let's do it. And you could have paint samples the size of the Statue of Liberty. And I'm like, yeah, well, which one looks good for you? I'm not going to go head over heels. I'm not going to start doing Mary Lou Retton somersaults over some sort of color shade that I've never seen before or don't care about.
Yeah. Give me 3 options that you like, and I will randomly pick one. I don't even know what my opinion will be on any one of those. It'll be where my finger points, and that's what we'll do if you so choose. And if you say, well, I don't like that one, I'll say, then pick the other one.
Yeah.
I don't care. Because in my opinion, new is always better than what is up now. That's
Just
it.
make sure I have enough spackle to cover up everything that's going to get fucking drilled into, hammered, holed, screwed into.
God. Yeah. We got
Not here.
wallpaper. We got wallpaper in a room.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's old wallpaper, so that room has never been redecorated. Because I'm just like, do you know how hard it is to get fucking wallpaper off a wall? This room stays how it is till Daddy has fucking 2 months off to fucking. Ugh. I'm sure
and
now I'm gonna get.
You have to get like a specialty gas mask for that, right? Because
I don't know what you got to do. All I know is every video I've watched is like, like, just do this. And it's like, you start to do it, and it's like 3/4 of that one sheet of wallpaper is still plastered. It's just now it's torn in half. And yeah, okay. But they make this stuff. Apparently it's like, I can't remember what it's called. But they do it a lot in Europe. It's almost like it's silk. And you put it in a bucket and you chum it up. And then you just spread it on the wall. And it's almost furry. And I almost just want to do it because you can put it right over top of wallpaper.
Oh, it doesn't take wallpaper down. It just goes over wallpaper.
Yeah, and then when you're done, you just literally scrape it with a fucking like what that fucking thing you scrape stuff with.
Yep. Adulting. And finally, saying I have to check my calendar and actually meaning it. I mean,
you say that a lot.
I do, yeah.
I say that at work. Yeah.
And I actually kind of envy it, if I'm being perfectly honest with you guys, because as disorganized as I am, I wish I had the ability to organize myself to have a calendar that tells me when I'm doing stuff. But generally, I don't have a lot to plan for. So when you're like, let me check the calendar. Get back to me. I'm like, I'm doing whatever you need me to do. Just, I'm open, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't have a calendar.
Sarah has like a joint calendar that I somehow don't have access to. And it's, I think it's always just this running joke about, you didn't see the calendar? Like, babe, I'm pretty fucking sure I don't have it. I'm pretty sure. What baby shower are we going to? What are we doing?
Just fucking tell me, man. That's all it comes down to.
Yeah.
I will say, I watched the documentary about the making of Stranger Things, and the one thing I was most envious of, because they have to plan, it's got to be regimented. They got to know what they're doing, when they're doing it, how they're doing it. And Homeboy had these laminated calendars, and each day had a Post-it note on it. And each Post-it note had exactly what they were going to be doing on that day. And I was like, man, that's a level of organization that I wish my life had attached to it. That's wild. I couldn't imagine being that organized.
And they still fell short in the finale, according to
They did not. They didn't. They did fine.
Alan, have you watched it?
I have not.
Okay.
Have you watched any of Stranger Things?
Oh yeah. I think we watched like episode 1 of the new season, but yeah, we just haven't been watching much other than like Fallout.
At the end of the day, Alan, listen, it's a good ending. It's just good. I'm not saying it's like, oh my God.
I haven't even heard anything really about it.
Oh, good. Then don't seek it out. It's pointless. It's Redditors who think they could have done a better job, and they couldn't, and it was fine. It was a good ending. I might actually go rewatch the whole fucking season because it was fucking good. God,
put it on your calendar.
Made it faster. That's all I've said.
Well, you know what? And what's funny about that is I keep seeing people say, like, you took this long to make it, and you did this, and da. And I'm watching this documentary, and these poor Duffer brothers are like, Netflix is breathing down our fucking necks about this fucking deadline, and we're not ready. And it's like, yeah, man, you guys don't know what pressure is, so maybe shut the fuck up. How about doing that?
Put it on your calendar. You know? Get a dustbuster. Get a Kirby, dickwads.
Get a Kirby.
Dustbuster.
All right. That's a list about being adults that you're not comfortable with. Stick around. We'll be back with more middle class holes.
Well, we're just going to have to use our brains. Damn it.
And now, Fun Fact Friday.
All right, folks, time for your Fun Fact Friday, brought to you, of course, by our many sponsors. I'm just going to mention one. Make sure you check out the Cuckster. He's on both Facebook. No, he's not. He's not even on Facebook. That's the one he's not on. He's on TikTok. He's on Instagram. Owned by Facebook. It's Cuckster for Life. Cuckster for Life on both TikTok and the Instagram. You know who is on Facebook, though? That's the Shin Splints Recovery Group, our oldest sponsor. Pain below the knee, above the ankle, Shin Splints Recovery Group. Let's get to it. 5 fun facts for you on a Friday. And tonight's Fun Fact Friday is a list of outdated facts about health and nutrition. So how did people get in shape in the bygone eras? Well, bygone it. We're going to learn right now. Did you know swallowing a tapeworm to lose weight used to be effortless? In the early 1900s, people promoted ingesting sanitized tapeworms. The parasite would supposedly eat some of your food, letting you enjoy calories while it did the heavy lifting. Side effects? Nutrient deficits, nausea, and potentially worse issues like cysts in your brain.
It seems like a fair trade-off. It's not bad. Just, you lose some weight, you have potential cysts in your brain.
Right?
Fine. Yeah.
God, like, normalizing that. Like, hey, these guys over in the African nations, they're thin. They eat lots of calories all the time. They don't look at them. They're fit. They're healthy. What do they got? Tapeworms? Fucking let's dip them in iodine and sell them to the public. Here we go.
Right. The wigglier, the better. Yeah. You get a real stimulated bastard. That is so wild. And I'm trying to think about. I mean, it still kind of fascinates me that modern medical science uses leeches. Not that that's a bad thing, but I don't know. Not that too terribly long ago, people were ingesting fucking tapeworms.
I mean, at least with the leeches, it worked. So I would say, like, modern science, like, looked at, like, oh, well, they used leeches in the past and they worked. And then they asked the question, why did they work? And then you come to find out, oh, this is why. They stimulate blood flow, blah, 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 blah. They create capillaries through the suction. That's great for the wound. Good. But this is just like, well, people who have tapeworms are skinny. Well, we'll give people tapeworms.
Yeah.
I am.
You want to be skinny? Get a tapeworm in your diet.
But see, I wouldn't hate too hard on something like this because I have a feeling in about, I don't even think 10 years, like, we're going to be looking at these GLP-1s like, what the fuck were we thinking? Like, like those things that they're selling, like that went from like, go to your doctor if you're morbidly obese, they're going to get you on this weight loss drug and you're going to get back to a healthy weight and then life takes over. You got to work out and eat right. Now it's like candy. There's so many commercials for GLP-1s now, like all your Ozempics and stuff like that. And look at these Hollywood actresses. Look at like Demi Moore. Ozzy's daughter. I mean, the list goes on. Like these.
What the hell was her name?
Sharon. Susan. Susan?
That was the wife.
I know, but Susan. Is it Susan Osborne? It's her fucking name. Ozzy's daughter. Yeah. But keep going. Like, did you see that recent video with Olivia Wilde?
Kelly
Osbourne. Like Olivia Wilde.
Olivia Wilde looks like a Crypt Keeper reborn.
She claims that it was a fisheye lens and she was too close to the camera, and I'm just like, I don't know. I've seen a lot of skateboarders on fisheye lens. They don't look like that. Like, you know what I mean?
I've seen Crypt Keepers on 360p.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, it's bad. Like there's now like like temporal wasting or whatever, like where you can see that like even the fat on their skull is gone and like it looks like they got an indentation by their eyes. It's bad news. So don't hate on old medicine when we've got plenty of bad modern medicine.
Bring back the tapeworms. Make America tapewormy again.
That's right. Did you know chewing your food 32 to 700 times used to be a weight loss tip? Horace Fletcher, the great masticator, populated Fletcherism around 1900. Extract all the goodness of your food by obsessively chewing and then spit the pulp to absorb nutrients without calories. One shallot allegedly needed 700 chews. Fans claim that it led to near odorless poops smelling like warm biscuits. Efficiency at its finest. So basically, you would chew your food 32 to 700 times, and then you would spit it out, and the claim was that you absorbed the nutrients without the calories.
At 700, what do you have left?
I feel like you burned all the calories you would have gotten from the food.
This is weird. Like my grandfather had diverticulitis, and I remember watching him eat a hot dog once and saying something to him about just chewing. Like, oh my God, I just watched you chew a bite of a hot dog fucking 75 times. And he explained, like, yeah, I've had surgery and I have to chew this stuff up in order to digest it. Fuck you. And I was like, oh, well, that's okay.
So he had to basically turn all of his food into paste before.
Well, the stuff he wasn't supposed to be eating, a la hot dogs. But where we went and ate hot dogs, you couldn't give those puppies up. I mean, it just like doesn't matter, life or death at that point.
And where was this?
Iowa.
Oh, a good Iowa hot dog? Really?
Right.
Were they that good?
In my opinion, the milkshakes were better, which he ate 2 of, drank 2 of, chewed 2 of.
32, 33.
Yeah, 32 squared. Gotcha. Bang.
Did you know cigarettes were recommended to suppress appetite and stay slim? Early 20th century ads for Lucky Strike and the such pushed lighting up as a weight loss hack. It, quote, curbed cravings without adding pounds. Doctors endorsed it. Modern hindsight, terrible for the lungs, heart, and everything else.
At least it curbs your appetite.
That's right.
Which is weird because every smoker I know wants to smoke before and after a meal.
Right.
Especially after you digest, like, oh man, gotta get, oh man.
Well,
feels so good.
Nicotine is technically an appetite suppressant, but yeah, I don't know. There was a whole thing like models in like the 80s and 90s. All they did was smoke cigarettes and eat beef jerky. So it's just like protein.
Probably some of this from your jaws too. To pronounce the jaw muscles. Yeah. And you had, what's that face? Gia, remember?
Maybe.
It was the model that Angelina Jolie portrayed in the early 90s, the one who died of AIDS.
Oh.
I bet that kept her thin too. She was doing more than smoking cigarettes.
I was gonna say the AIDS kept her very thin as well.
Well, it was intravenous drugs. So
the inability to fight off illness kept her thin and sexy.
Yeah, for a brief period. As far as I remember, there's a good lesbian scene in that movie.
Oh, and what year was
Angelina Jolie, and what year was it?
Yeah.
I think 92. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Just want to make sure I'm remembering a peak Angelina Jolie without being too creepy.
Oh, 98.
Okay. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Oh, all right.
Gee,
Did you
look it up, folks?
Did you know eating arsenic pills was available to rev up your metabolism? Victoria era diet pills contained arsenic. It was claimed to be a miracle drug to speed up burning fat. Women usually use them for the coveted hourglass figure. It was poisonous, of course, causing everything from skin issues to organ failure, but fashion bloomed wild.
I look like death, but damn, death looks good.
This, just remember.
Arsenic? Fucking arsenic?
Arsenic.
Come on.
But I just want to remind people in this modern era where we live in some kooky ass times to trust the science. Always and forever, trust the science of the moment because it is never wrong. Smoke cigarettes, eat tapeworms, chew your food 700 times, swallow arsenic. It's science. They've agreed on it. It's fine.
Yeah. But the 700 times thing, still pretty good.
Yeah.
700. I've never chewed anything 700 times. Maybe a straw after I ate ecstasy or something.
Jesus. I don't know that I've ever chewed anything that... I remember, like, there was this whole thing of, like... This was more of a Great Depression thing that my grandparents would tell us is like, oh, you're supposed to chew... They would tell us you're supposed to chew your food a minimum of this many times. And I think back then it was more like, there ain't much food on the plate.
Right.
Dinner's supposed to last 30 minutes. So every bite needs 30 bites, 30 chews.
Yeah.
That way we can extend.
Yeah. You're not getting 3 squared. You're getting 3... I don't know. 3 2 squared. Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so we're going to sit here for a while, whether we have a lot of food or not. So chew it appropriately.
These beans taste good after I've chewed them 600 times.
And finally, did you know in the 1920s through the 1960s and much later in the infomercial era, reducing machines with giant motorized vibrating belts were all the rage. You'd strap yourself into the buzzing contraption around your waist, belly, or thighs, turn it on, and stand there and let it jiggle you like a human milkshake. The pitch? The vibration would literally break up and dissolve fat cells so they could be flushed out. People, including celebrities, swore by them. Gyms installed rows of the noisy things, and in reality, they did absolutely nothing. Zero actual fat loss. Just very expensive, loud massages. Here's a bonus. Some versions actually came with electric currents to shock muscles into toning.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, yes, I've seen these. Like, I remember those buffers. And 2, that turned into what you're talking about, like the goddamn like IED pads that would just
Yeah.
and make like you're gonna get 8-pack abs if you put these fuckers on your stomach.
I feel like that might have some effect. I'm not saying you're gonna get fucking shredded and ripped. You still got to do the work. But as far as like the last mile, if you will, like let's say you've done, I don't know, 150 sit-ups a day for 3 months, and then you pop this fucker on for like that last little bit of like right before a competition. I feel like you might get something out of that. You're not gonna fucking burn fat and that's not the only, you know what I mean? But I feel like there's something to that, but it is definitely not the end all be all like they made this shit out to be.
Yeah, but I mean, the infomercial era that we lived in was like, you don't need to work out at all. Just put fucking Zap pads where your 6-pack might live.
Did you ever wear one of them? Did you ever put one on?
No.
I did.
Okay.
I could see it.
You were doing that and the body blade at the same time?
Yes, it was my body blade era. Yes, body blade and fucking Zap pad. No, man, the thing is, it would tense you. But you gotta remember, I was also in pretty good shape at the time, but wasn't working out. But like, imagine flexing to full capacity. Like, I don't know how many times, like 10 times a minute minimum.
Yeah,
you're gonna get some definition there. It's not gonna be the thing that gets you in shape, though. I'm not an idiot. I get it, but there's something to that part. The shaking and jiggling thing does absolutely nothing.
That would have been if to be alive at that era and walk into someone's house, like say, hey, come over for a cocktail party, and you walk over and the host's husband is like, yeah, just finishing up a jiggle sesh. Like, oh God, Mitch.
God, how good would you feel about yourself though? Like you're exerting no effort. Right. You think you're getting in shape. So you're like, I'm going to go, honey, I'm heading downstairs and go work out. 45 minutes, 3 martinis later, shaken, not stirred.
God. God, pissed. Money pissed down the drain, but that's fine. I mean, I've been to a couple houses where like Nordic tracks have been thrown out. You were there for one of them.
Which house?
Calvert's house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like a generation 1.
Yeah, no, I remember seeing that and thinking like, I wonder if I could get some use out of that. But it's just, that's just too much. I've used a Nordic track. Those things are legit. But not for the space they take up and for the stupid motion you have to do with your body.
No, it's if you're into cross country skiing, perhaps, but no, it's just not very,
By the way, every time the Olympics comes up, the Winter Olympics, like I think about that being a mode of transportation. Could you imagine, like an era where like that's how you got to work or wherever the fuck you were going?
Right, put your skis out front, lock them up.
Oh God. No, but then you got to go like 5 to 10 miles. Like, all right, honey, I'll see you later.
Right. You get to work, not burn out.
And then you got to
ready
go
to
home.
work, ready to go.
Oh, Jesus.
Ready to create some Excel files.
You know what? I haven't gotten my workout today. Where's that jiggle machine?
Yeah, where's that zapper?
And that, my friends, is your Fun Fact Friday.
All right, folks. You can find the Middle Class Holes on all your social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube at the Middle Class Holes. You can email us at tickleourtummies@gmail.com. That's tickleourtummies@gmail.com. We'll be back next week with more exciting news, some sort of extravaganza, some sort of jiggle wiggle that makes your heart. Christ, I couldn't find something that would
palpitate.
Palpitate, baby. Yeah, there we go. All right, take it easy.